All right, so we can just do this shit. I might look into the camera for this actually.
I know. I feel weird. I think I'm just gonna like stare at it. You know?
Well, mine's above my computer screen, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I have to look down on mine. My peasant people.
I kind of. Well, do you want to do the old intro, or do you want to keep it?
I don't care. We can do the old one. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the only reason is because it was just so fun to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This should be the intro. It's just us talking.
Yeah,
about
this should just be the intro. This should be the intro to the actual podcast. I guess. Okay. Well, we could just do the podcast first, and then do the intro after.
If we find something like in it that we like, then maybe we'll just do that.
So this could just
we should
literally
make a podcast about what the intro to the podcast should be.
Yeah, we should. We should just
super meta. Like.
Yeah, this is just the most meta podcast.
This, or we could try
But honestly, no. This could be the actual intro. We're a minute 30 in already, and my camera might stop halfway through, so I might have to like resync it, and we'll have to cut. But that's okay.
Yeah, mine like the camera turns off that's looking at me, so now it's just a blinking red light. And I feel like HAL 3000 and that whatever that.
Oh yeah.
2001. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's a weird feeling. Yeah, definitely. I mean, dude, I haven't. So I have this like this thing above my camera that well, I guess it's not a thing. It's like a extra screen or whatever. I haven't used it in like, oh my god, fucking like months, years maybe. And setting it up was a pain in the ass. Thing. Yeah, like it's like an extra like little like LCD screen. I bought it.
Flip up. Yeah.
Yeah, like I bought it a while ago because I'm like I can't really see myself, which I mean it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, I wonder how I'll be able to set this up, or if I'm even in focus. I'm kind of like in the dark right now. I guess I could turn my I won't do that. I was gonna say I could turn my screen on for you. See the atrocity that my hair is right now. My hair is so fucking long.
It's gonna be so weird because I definitely have like ADD or ADHD or some shit, and so like I just like move and like just constantly like swapping like feet, positions and all that stuff. I want to like see it like sped up of just like everything I'm doing and just like how much I'm moving,
Yeah, dude, I'm literally like never sitting still. Like I constantly am moving. Like just now, I just moved like 3 times without even thinking about it, and it's like, probably gonna be really annoying.
On my desk and shit, like.
Yeah, dude. Like
I need a fidget or something.
I know. Oh my god. Like Izzy, my little sister, promised me like a fidget toy that she bought too many or something like that. She never gave it to me, and she's going to college now, so I'll probably never get it, which sucks. Because I feel like I need something to like play with. I'm always like, dude, I play with like lighters at my desk. I'm like, that is definitely like not like safe,
I play with the nuclear codes at my desk,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I got a rubber band. That's a good one.
Dude, yeah. What I'm trying to think of what else I use. What else do I play with at my desk?
Also, I'm gonna hold it for the camera. I have this like partially built Slave 1 that is a Star Wars reference, not all
the other stuff that not all the other slavery stuff.
That was my ancestors, not me.
Yeah. No.
I don't really know. Do we know?
At least our side of the family isn't.
Okay. Maybe my dad's.
Where's your dad from?
There's some German in there somewhere, so I feel like there's got to be some.
So if it wasn't America, it was something else. It may be worse.
I just said my ancestors. It doesn't matter where. I know. I can feel it in my blood.
Yeah. You could feel it. You could feel the racism boiling in your blood.
I can feel the slave ownership in my blood.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Dude, my fucking chair. Every time I move it, makes noises. Dude, no, like our side of the family is clean, dude. We're from Switzerland and Norway, and they both came over like 100 years ago. What?
Were we slaves ever at one point?
I mean, dude, I don't know. We could have been like, I don't know. I don't know anything. I mean, I know that like
at the very least you all stood by and didn't do anything. So,
yeah. Well, if we're Swiss, then yeah, we probably. I mean, yeah, because Switzerland is always neutral in like wars, or at least they were in World War I and II. But well, like our grandpa, his dad, or no, our grandpa's grandpa came over from Switzerland in like the 1910s or something. I'm pretty sure it was the 1910s, 1920s maybe. So we're at least clean for like not being here at the beginning and like watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, because for those of you that don't know, Dash lives in Texas and has his whole life. And
Here's my street address on the screen for you right
now. I am from Minnesota, but am currently living in Chicago. I guess, I mean, we kind of just went right into this. For people that don't know, my name is Tyler Ashelman, and I'm one of the hosts for this podcast.
And my name is Dash Klaus, and I am also that.
Mm-hmm. He's also a host of the podcast. We have done 11 episodes, maybe 12. I can't remember if we counted the deleted one that we did. That was like 3 years ago. I was listening to them back, right? And I deleted them like a year ago because I wanted to revamp and I wanted to do what we're doing now, but a year ago, and we just like lost track of time.
With me lately, dude.
Dude, it's crazy. Cause like
graduating high school and like being out of that, like I'm like I saw a class of 2024 on my way like home today, 2024 senior or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck,
dude? Just like now that every graduating class is in the 20s, like that's so weird to me. Like because Izzy's,
I guess it's not that crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
we were 19, so we were the last before 20. But.
That's true. I mean, I just think like Izzy's graduating class is like 2028 or something, 2027 for college. I'm like, holy shit. And the fact that like her graduating class for high school was the same as my college was weird because I just graduated college. So that's weird too. Like, I mean, 2023 didn't seem that far away from 2019, but it was also like, oh, that's a long time. And I mean, I'm already 3 months in living in Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, it's so weird.
I know, yeah.
And like we saw each other for Izzy's graduation in May, and you came up to Minnesota to see that for her grad party and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time we'd seen each other since ACL in October of last year.
Yeah.
Which was fucking awesome. Like dude, I mean, besides me getting like horribly sick towards the end of it, I had a great time.
Yeah.
And I think I owe it all to my allergy of dust because it was so dry those like few days that I just feel like we had so much like weed smoke and dust in our lungs. By the end of that, I was like, the last day I was like gone. Like I was so sick.
Yeah, not enough weed smoke, too much dust.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can never really have too much weed smoke in your lungs, but you have too much dust, and it gets ahead of you.
That's what my doctor said. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. I'm trying to think. What were we just talking about? Oh, graduating classes and stuff. That shit, yeah. Dude, time has just flown by, and like listening to those podcasts, like we were in the midst of COVID, and like the second to last one that we did was right after I had gotten my second dose of the vaccine, like the first round. It was like April of 2021 or something, and that's just like I'm like, oh my god, I feel like time wise doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But then you think about like how much shit has happened to both of us in the 2 years that like. You know what I mean?
It's so weird, dude. I think I've been working at my job for like 3 years now, which is fucking weird. Like
that is insane. Like, I feel like you just started that job.
I know, it's so weird.
Like listening to that podcast, you would talk about like, yeah, I just got this job at this bike shop, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know it was that long ago.
Yeah.
And you were talking about like all that shit, and I was just like, that's cool. And dude, I've seen the bike shop. It's fucking sick. So wait, what's your position there now? Is it still like some sort of manager?
So yeah, it's weird. I don't really know exactly.
Yeah.
What I've been there long enough, and like I have like keys and stuff, and so I'm a manager. Like I can tell people what to do. Certain people. But I don't know. I kind of do whatever needs to be done. Now I'm doing more website stuff, honestly, than anything else now.
Nice.
That's kind of my focus.
That's sick.
Yeah, if you go to austinbikefarm.com now, you'll see me hitting a drop as the cover
Oh,
image.
that's sick.
It's just temporary right now until I get something else, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
So are you doing like website design, or are you just like managing like sales?
So I just kind of do whatever needs to be done, honestly.
Yeah.
So like I do receiving of inventory of bikes and grips and locks and lights and bottle cages and all that, everything we
Nice.
need, parts and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'll receive stuff, and then I'll also that's the less fun part of the job, but um, occasionally I get to go out and do something cool. Like I've gone out to Spider Mountain, which is a lift serve downhill park about an hour from outside Austin, and burn it.
Yeah.
Uh, and I get to take the bike farm van out there, set up a bunch of our stuff where we have like I don't know 50% off sale or just some stuff to sell out there, and
Oh, that's
they'll host
cool.
and work events and stuff like that, and then I get to ride a little bit too, so it's pretty fun.
That's sick, dude.
And then I also like, I mean, then I'll also sell bikes too. Still, I still do some of that, but I'm
Nice.
definitely moving a little bit away from that,
Yeah.
and more into some of the other stuff. Eventually, I don't know exactly what, but probably want to do some sort of maybe be a GM or something like that.
That'd be
I don't
cool.
know.
So has like since you started, has the business grown at all? Especially, I guess like I've only been there once, and it was cool. Like there's a cool space, like definitely like a biker's
Yeah.
dream. Like you were showing me all the cool shit that you guys have, and I know you've
It's
bought like a
definitely
ton
more
of bikes.
mountain biking than anything. We have a lot of we have a lot of hybrids and stuff too, so it's still like city biking and stuff. But
Yeah.
there's more shops in Austin that are more primarily road bikes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, bike farm specifically, that's where it's different. It's
They make
we
bikes
move all of our bikes
specifically.
outside.
Yeah, they make bikes specifically for like tilling land and like for farms. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, no, it's so weird. Bike Farm's name comes from what is it? Animal Farm by George Orwell.
Mm.
So it's actually about like communism and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about communism, socialism, capitalism. It's all those things.
Taking a stance as a
Yeah,
bike farm,
exactly.
bike shop.
Um,
That's funny.
I don't know where I was going with that, but
That's just what it is. I
but
mean, yeah.
yeah, it is what it is, you know.
That's funny. Yeah, dude. You asked me before we started if I have a job yet. I have 2 jobs now. I'm double
Yeah.
booked, dude. Double booked and busy. I just started working as a host at House of Blues in Chicago, which is like
What's that?
it's a chain kind of. I mean, it is a chain, but it's not like McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they have like live music, so it's like a
How
music
many
venue.
locations they have?
That's a great question. Let me do some research. I think it's like 22 or something.
Okay, pretty solid.
Yeah, and like they started, I think, in New Orleans.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
yeah, it's cool. It's a restaurant and bar, and then it also has. Let me just see what. Oh, there's 11. Okay, that's not. I mean, that's pretty good. But yeah, so it's through like Live Nation, where like concerts or whatever. But it's like I work in the restaurant, but there's also a music venue upstairs. So there's like concerts. Like I think Earl Sweatshirt's coming like next week to play there.
Okay,
Which is
that's
fucking
all.
cool. And
Yeah.
Amber and I, my girlfriend, we went to see Palace, which is like a UK band. It's like her favorite band. They're really, really good. And they were there. And yeah, so it's like a music venue. It's like a pretty it's like a theater kind of. It's like not a huge music venue, but like like pretty like. I wouldn't say like small artists, but like like not super well known. Like they would start there and they'd probably move up to like a. It's pretty like a starter venue kind of, or like a medium venue, which
Okay.
is sick. But I work in the
Have you
restaurant.
played yet?
What? Yeah, dude, I want to. Oh my god. That's part of the reason I'm working there is because getting connections and stuff I think would be fucking awesome. But they have so I work as the host in the restaurant, and every night that the restaurant is open, they have like live music from like a blues musician or a jazz musician. So usually on weekdays or like weeknights we're open like 5 to I think 9. I think the restaurant's open.
Okay.
And they have like a solo musician. And on weekends we have a solo musician that opens and they play till 9, and then from like I think or like to like 8:30, and then from like 9 to like midnight there's like a full band, which is really cool. And their food is incredible. Like I had like a brisket sandwich, and I love barbecue, you know, and I've had barbecue plenty of times in Texas. And let me tell you, this was one of the best, if not the best brisket sandwich I've ever had in my life. Like it was incredible. So I guess,
good.
yeah, dude, it was really good. And you're just like, you know, blues musicians just playing like off the cuff or just playing their own songs. Like it's just like a really cool environment. It's a cool space.
Yeah.
There's like folk art all over the walls.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, dude, for sure. And there's like so like the owner of that started it or whatever, he said, so during orientation they told us like under each stage or under the stage that they the musicians play and stuff and where you stand for the like concerts, they say it's like Mississippi mud. It's like dirt now, but they like want all the people that are there or like the musicians that are playing to play on like technically like southern soil, which I think is kind of funny. So like no matter where you are, you're like still playing on southern soil. I don't know, but either way, like the restaurant's cool. They have like all these like Hall of Fame blues musicians like on the ceiling. They have like these like carvings of them with like a saying and a quote, and it's cool. And then they have like folk art all over the walls. It's like it looks really old. And I was surprised to know that it was built in like the 90s, and I was like, this looks like it was built in the 30s. Like it's just really cool in there. So that's my first job. And I've been training last week and week before that, and then I'm training this week too. And then I just started this job as a photographer. So I'm doing like picture day type stuff. So I'm going to different elementary schools and taking their like school photos for them.
Are you allowed within 100 feet of one of them? For those of you on the new to the podcast and don't know, I'm just kidding.
I am allowed to be within 100 feet of a school. That's funny. No, they do have to do background checks. I wonder if anybody because we're doing like training right now with like 17 people, and they're like all in the area, and they're all really, really super nice. And it's been really fun. I did it today and yesterday, and I do it all this week. So Monday through Friday we do it. And it's like very like, the only thing I don't really like about it is it's very technical, and not in like a way you'd think. It's like a very like, it's a chain company. So like they started in like St. Louis or like in Missouri or something, and it's like been around since like the 1930s. So it's a very old company, but they've spread out. There's like 112 locations or something across the country, in like cities or whatever. So they have like, you know, it's very like, we have a mat that shows you exactly what light to put here and where to put. Like, it's not like you're like, it's nice that you can like, oh, you don't really have to think about it really yourself. You kind of just like set it up. But like then it kind of takes the fun out of like doing photography, because like all your settings are the same every time. Your lights are at the same, like whatever. You just have to basically know how to set everything up in the right spot, and then you're like fine. I mean, you have to like know how to frame, but like again, like it's not like you have to like have really any experience. But like they pay like $18 an hour, which is pretty good for right now. And yeah, and House of Blues does not pay very much, but it's pretty fun, and they're all like really nice people. So it's kind of like and I'm like, cool. Hopefully get some connections in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the photo job's cool. I'm hoping it'll just like give me something to put on my resume, and it's like seasonal technically. So it's like only like, you know, it's not guaranteed all year round, but you break when like schools break, and you have things when, you know, schools have things. So picture day and like school sports, hopefully, and then like graduation stuff next year in the spring. But
that's cool.
Dude, yeah. I'm fucking out of money right now, like completely.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I've been like literally donating plasma, which is I'm literally donating my blood to pay my rent. Like that's how desperate I am. Like that's how expensive things are.
Don't go to college, kids.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's not even college. It's like literally like nobody's hiring, and like I've been applying for jobs since March, and I found like nothing. I've been interviewed and had the interviews go well, and they're like, oh, we don't want to have you because we want someone with more experience. And I'm like, what more? I mean, like, train me. You know what I mean? Like, what? Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
always
they
a
want
stupid excuse.
experience, but they won't give you the experience to
Exactly. Like,
then.
I can't get
Yeah.
experience without doing something that gets me experience, but I need experience to do the job. But they won't hire me unless I have
Yeah.
experience. So it's like, it never made sense to me. Um, but I'm happy to be working jobs. I've been applying all summer, and these are the first jobs. Wait, did you know that I was walking dogs?
No, no.
Dude, yeah. Oh my god, we haven't talked like that. So I walked dogs for like a month. Absolutely terrible. Like, I thought it'd be fun. No, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, like, some of the dogs were cool, but like there was this black lab that looked just like Red, actually,
Oh yeah.
and he
Red's my
was.
dog.
Yeah.
Was my dog.
Yes. R.I.P. Red.
R.I.P..
He was a great homie. He was a great dog.
He's a therapy dog too.
He was, dude. He was, dude. I followed
He's a
his like
vibe.
Red Dog on the Go account. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. He was a great dog. I remember like when he was a puppy, like running around the farm and stuff. Like that was fun.
Yeah. And in the snow and all that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and I have all those like vlogs from like a long time ago with like him in like the water, like in the river in Austin.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's cute.
Yeah. But anyways, this dog was not like Red. He was the biggest fucking asshole I've ever met in my life. He like straight up like attacked people. Like I was
Oh my
walking in with
God.
Amber once, and there was just a guy walking down the street, and he jumped, like lunged at him. Imagine like a black lab, like a fucking tall, big black lab, jumping with its
Yeah.
teeth, snarling at somebody. Scared the shit out of the
man.
guy. Scared the hell out of me. And I'm like trying to hold him back. He's like biting the leash, and I'm like, I literally told I'm like, I'm never walking this dog again. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Jesus.
But they just didn't pay well, and they'd pay me like, I'd
Yeah.
work like all week, and they'd pay me like $130 for the week. Like, it was terrible.
Damn.
So I'm like, this is, and like I had to drive like 25 minutes to get there. I'm like, this is like all of it's going into this,
Yeah.
all of my gas.
Yeah, I remember like when I was working at the apartments or living in the apartments in
Yeah.
downtown, and I needed wanted to make some more money too, and I signed up for the Rover one, whatever that is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I did that, and then I did dog sitting for like I don't know, some family member, I think.
Yeah.
Like just to get like a good review or whatever like that. And then I was kind of like, I don't really think I want to do this. Like never really got any hits, and I was like, I don't really care,
Yeah.
Like, actually, no, I think I got like one or two, but they were like when I was in school or something like that, and I was like, well,
Right.
I obviously can't do that. So
Yeah.
I actually like recently got like a like thing from it. Like a
Like
hit
someone
off of
interested?
it was like, hey, can you come like do it now? And I was like, man, I haven't even been on this app in years. like
That's
like it's
crazy.
been probably like 4 or 5, probably at least 4 years
Yeah.
since I've opened that app.
Damn.
I didn't even have it downloaded or anything, like because it does an email and a text and all this stuff.
Right.
So it did all of that for me, and I was like, I'm just gonna delete my account. Why do I even still have this?
Yeah, it's crazy that someone
thought it
would
was so
still be
weird.
able to like
Yeah,
give you an
select me,
offer.
you
Yeah,
know?
like
It was probably based off the like not this address anymore either. Like,
oh, true, yeah. Oh, because were you
But I
doing
saw
it
that and I
like
was
for
like,
people
hell
in the
no.
building?
it was just like people around that location, I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, because that's like what it was. Like I would have to drive around this like part of Chicago, like North Chicago, like the rich people area.
Yeah.
And like a lot of nice houses, but people were like pretty nice for the most part. There were some weirdos. The guy with the black lab was a weirdo. So I was like, yeah, it doesn't really hurt me. But I kind of technically got fired from it because I apparently was asking for too much time off, even though I told them, I said, hey, if this doesn't work and you can't get me this time off, just let me know. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, but like my friends are going to a lake house this weekend, or next weekend, and I really like to go with them. And I'm only walking 3 dogs. Is it possible to take this? Like, someone else could cover my shifts? And just like was like, we need to talk and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, well, dude, I was like, and like the people that I trained with when I was training with them told me, they were like, yeah, like people are always looking to pick up more shifts because like, and people do it like full time. And I was like,
Yeah.
cool, like I'm like that's good to me because that means like, if I'm only walking a few dogs, they can just take them and I don't have to like, you know, I don't have to worry. And I wasn't getting paid enough to like really care that much anyways. But yeah, she was just like,
Yeah.
we're just going to put you on vacations. I said, nah. Like, I'm like, I'm just going to go to my friend's lake house and not like work here anymore. But yeah, it was just not worth it. And she was nice, but it was just like not the correct job for me, I don't think.
Yeah.
But it was fine while it lasted. I was able to listen to music and be in the 90-degree heat walking dogs.
We haven't had a day below 100 for a while now.
Really? It's that
uh,
hot?
oh, dude, yeah, no, it's been like 106, 108 most days.
Holy shit, dude.
Uh, let's see. I just have not been biking in a while. I'm gonna look it up right now. Let's see. Um,
Do you drive to work still?
I do now. So I bought a bike to commute, an e-bike.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. It's the Specialized Globe. It has a throttle or there's a throttle attachment that I got on it, but it goes like up to 28 miles per hour
Damn.
if you're pedaling it, which is pretty fucking fast when you're on
That
a
is fast.
bike, and it takes off too, it, like zooms. Um, but I got it, and then right as I got it, I started taking Doug into work, and he was doing really well. So
Oh, yeah.
now I just take him into work all the time, and I never ride that bike.
Hmm.
Um, so now I'm gonna sell that bike and get an electric mountain bike now that I might ride. We'll see.
Oh, that would be fucking sick. That would be really cool. Well, yeah, I guess like also like that would be my thing too. Like I'm like I could have a bike in the city. It doesn't really make that much sense because everything's like a few miles away. But not even that. Like
Hmm.
I feel like if I went into work sweating my ass off, like
Yeah.
it, like you know what I
Like
mean?
if you get a throttle e-bike, it's not too bad because you don't really have to put as much work into it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it definitely depends.
Yeah, I just don't have enough
Um,
money to buy an e-bike, so
Today was actually a little cooler. It was 101.
a
Um,
little cooler. It's 72
yesterday
here.
was yesterday was 105. Um, tomorrow's 103. Thursday's 108.
People are still like
106,
out and about.
105, 104. We're supposed to get some rain. So we get a cold front on Tuesday, and our cold front brings us down to 99.
Oh my god. Wait, so are people still like out and about, like living their lives,
Oh
like
yeah.
doing normal shit? That is
So yeah,
insane to me,
most
dude.
people have kind of like just like learned it. Like, hey, we just have to fucking accept it. Like people
Yeah.
usually like this is like the worst time for bikes especially because it's like nobody wants to go outside and do shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are now like we kind of just have to deal with it. Like it's either like it's this hot for like I don't know like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And just like what are you gonna do? Just like and like everybody's sick of like locking in after pandemic, so it's like fuck it, we're gonna go outside. But
Yeah.
that makes the e-bike really popular because you don't have to do as much work and you can get more of a breeze and stuff too. Like
Sure.
it does cool you off.
And like gas, you don't have
Quite
to
a bit
spend money
more.
on gas, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to spend money on gas. Even just recreational use, all that stuff. Like
Is
ride it down to the pool or whatever.
Yeah. Well, is Austin like I don't know much about like how it's laid out. Is it pretty good for biking or is it like kind of shitty?
It's definitely hill country, so there's some pretty steep, big hills.
Mm.
Every once in a while, depends on where you're riding specifically. Like some places aren't as bad as others, but for the most part, you're at least doing like a long, gradual climb,
Yeah.
one way or the other.
What about
Um,
like in terms of like getting from point A to point B? Like, can you get to like I like I feel like Austin seems like it's pretty spread out. I guess it depends on where you live and where you're like going, but
it's actually not that bad. Like one time, like for South by Southwest, there was a I went to go see some band
yeah,
on 6th Street. We all took e-bikes down. It took us, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to ride down there
yeah.
from the shop, which is a little bit further north. Let me see. I could do maps and actually just figure it out.
If you guys hear meowing, that's just my cat waking up from a nap. she's now moved to the floor and is sleeping again. Cats are so weird, dude. We just stopped because I my camera stopped recording. So Dash is now has the answer to how far it was to ride to 6th Street. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's about 5 miles. down there. It's like a
Damn,
13-minute drive. It probably took us like 20 minutes or so.
that's
Um,
not bad.
Sometimes it's even faster than cars, especially when with
Yeah,
traffic and everything too.
yeah.
Like
Do you take the roads, or
really.
are there bike paths?
There's some bike paths, but mostly road.
Yeah,
A lot of
sounds
times
like
it's
it.
like road with some um, bike path like on the side.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's nice.
Austin used to be like a super unfriendly city for biking. Like it
Yeah,
was just like super narrow roads and stuff, and you could not do it.
right.
Now it's starting to get better. It's still not perfect. Definitely in some spots it's still kind of miserable.
Yeah,
uh, you have to like kind of learn the right routes, but once you kind of know what you're doing, where to go, it's really not that bad.
yeah. Like I feel like Chicago, like there's a lot of bikers, but the bikers are just like so oblivious to what's going on. Like they
Oh
just
yeah.
blow through stop signs. Like they're not. They like blow through. I saw one like run a red light. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the? You're gonna get hit. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like the streets are really narrow, especially there's like so many one ways, and so it's like, and there's like speed bumps and stuff like around me, and I feel like I've almost hit so many bikers because they just come out of nowhere, and like it's not like I'm
Yeah.
not looking, it's just like they just don't like they're in their own world, like they don't care, like they think that like roads are meant for bikes or something. And everyone that I've
Yeah.
talked to says the same thing. And like it wasn't as bad in Milwaukee, but there's way more people on bikes here because parking is absolutely atrocious in Chicago. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, I've thought about getting. I mean, I had a bike in Milwaukee and it got stolen. Did you know about this?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Makes
dude.
sense.
We had,
I used to get stolen all the fucking time.
dude. Yeah, I just like didn't think. I mean, okay. In my defense, it was literally in a shed in my backyard in Milwaukee, and it was still stolen. I mean,
So
the shed wasn't locked, but it wasn't like the reason it wasn't locked was because we shared it with the people that lived below us, and it was like
yeah.
they had lived there longer than us, and they had way more shit in there, and I'm like I don't want to like buy a lock and have to figure that out. But also like the door was closed, like you're in a backyard, like we don't, there's backyards around the backyard, like it's not like you'd have to like literally go back there without getting caught in our backyard and steal the bikes,
Yeah.
which is what they did, I'm sure. But we think it's because so all three of us had a bike, my roommates and I, and Connor and my bike were in the shed, and then Derek's bike was sitting on like was like leaned up against like the deck or whatever, and from that where his bike was like a few houses down was like an alleyway that you could see, so I'm sure they saw that bike and then looked in the shed. But like
Yeah.
I hadn't been on it in a few months, and then I think I went on it in May. We checked again in like July because Derek and I were gonna go to like this beer garden. We were gonna ride our bikes because we're like it's off a bike path. It's perfect. And we
Yeah.
like looking for them, like where are our bikes at? And they just weren't there because someone stole them, and we're like, this is so stupid. And I was so pissed. And Connor's wasn't stolen, and he is the only one that doesn't use it. And I'm like, of course. But yeah, so I had a bike, and I no longer have it, which sucks because I feel like I would use it all the time. There's a lot of
I
bike
will say
trails
most of
around
the
here.
time when bikes get stolen, it's the owner's fault.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, like I definitely
like-
should have locked it up, but like, I didn't think I needed to, but I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, I
yeah.
will
I
always
mean,
do that now.
You're definitely not the worst. Like a lot of people, but I mean, like there's just so many crazy stories about bikes getting stolen, and like I get it like literally every week somebody's like either calls in like, hey, has somebody tried to sell you this bike or whatever
Yeah.
like that. We've actually had a couple people bring in stolen bikes because we buy used bikes.
Oh, really?
So people have brought in stolen bikes, and we like, there. Oh my God, there's been some weird ones, man. So there's like this, bunch. I'm just gonna say it, they were crackheads. It's true. Like they were just, dude.
can
They
say
pulled up
that.
in this like fucked up van with like. It looked like somebody threw a baseball bat through the front windshield. Like it
my
was
God.
shattered, indented on itself and stuff. I was like, this is not street legal by any means. And they roll up and they're all like fucking like
Looking
all, like,
around,
wearing-
like, what the fuck?
yeah, like fucking weird, like tweaking almost, and like
my
wearing
God.
like fucking like early 2000s hip hop clothes is what it looks like.
Like really
But,
baggy,
dirty
like
as-
fucking,
but,
yeah.
dirty as fuck. Like half of them don't have teeth. Like it's,
Yeah.
and then like they come out with this like fucking super nice carbon road bike, that that's like,
Yeah, dude.
I
Yeah.
don't know, probably like 4K or something like that, and it's worth
God
more than
damn.
anything. I like went out and I was like, fuck it, nah, we are like, no,
What
that
did
is
you
not
What did you
his
say to
bike.
him?
Um, well, so I just turned him away. Honestly, what I should have done is said, "Hey, we'll take it in, we take a look at it," and then told him to fuck off is what I should have done. But I just didn't want to have to deal with the whole situation and everything. So I was just like,
Yeah.
"All right, guys, no, we're just not buying bikes right now." He's like, and they kept pushing to do it too. And
Yeah.
we have this
We can get
had this
4K worth of crack. That's what they were
yeah,
thinking.
exactly. Um, and they would have taken fucking $20 for it, man. So
Yeah, dude. Just to get anything.
yeah, exactly.
20 bucks.
It would be like it's a fucking come up, bro. Cause,
That's
but yeah,
funny.
no. One of my coworkers, who was like super fucking nice, like down to the earth guy, like will help you, like
Yeah.
I don't know, he's like really cool guy. He almost like for some reason didn't recognize that this was clearly not their bike. um, and he was like how do you like how can you be sure, man? And I was like, look at them and tell me which one rides this bike.
He doesn't
Like,
judge a book by its cover, man.
I'd be like, that's what yeah, I should have been like, I should have gone out and be like, all right, if I can see one of y'all ride this bike the way that
Yeah.
this bike's supposed to be ridden, then I'll buy it from you. But
If you
like,
come back with a fixed windshield, we'll sell it to you. Or we'll take it from you.
Nah. Turns out, one of the shop guys actually knew whose bike it was.
Damn.
So we like fucking like called him and was like, hey, these fucking guys are with it. They just left and had to do that. Separate occasion, there's actually a pro's bike that we found, that he
damn.
had his bike stolen.
Oh, damn.
So some guy, and it was weird. It was a weird thing too, because the guy that brought it, I think, bought it from somebody else. So he had already bought a stolen bike.
Yeah.
And then wanted to sell it, and they were like, nope. The pro's name, he's a BMXer, is Aaron Ross. The bike scene or the BMX scene in Austin is really big. Like this is,
Yeah.
it's like people move here just to be a part of it.
Right.
I'm not super into it. I don't know a whole lot. I have a BMX bike, but I don't really ride.
You
I don't
used to
know
be.
about
I
all
mean,
that
yeah, I
stuff.
remember like a few years ago you were.
Yeah, I was really. I mainly did. I like just like rolling around in the bowl just because
Yeah.
how smooth it is. It's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
like,
the tricks weren't like the. That was always
Yeah,
that would
no.
always be the scariest thing, which is I guess the entire thing of BMX. So I guess just BMX
Yeah,
scares
it's
me.
being creative with all that stuff. But,
Yeah.
dude, honestly, most BMX is not a great sport to get into. You always like get hurt, and then like they treat the like even if you get sponsored, like they're fucking terrible to you. They'll drop you at like any time. Like
Damn.
most of the people in like ex pros or whatever are
Yeah.
like alcoholics or like
damn.
super broke and stuff. Like it's
They're crackheads that are just trying to sell their
yeah,
e-bikes
that was
for 20
probably all
bucks.
of they were probably all pros, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, dude. That's why their windshield was broken. Someone like hit the bike in the windshield or something, doing
Yeah,
a trick.
that's honestly, I wonder. Yeah, no, that wouldn't have been it. But that would have been fucking crazy if they hit the guy, took his bike, and tried to sell it.
Dude, like on that point though, like I feel like sometimes you can judge a book by its cover, especially if you're working
Yeah.
somewhere. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
like you sometimes you kind of be like you got. I mean, like obviously, like you can't like turn away business for like no reason.
So
but
it's
if it's like
yeah.
so obvious, especially with that, like you look at their state of like what they're wearing, like whatever. I guess like you could say
It's-
that with like
yeah.
you could like Pretty Woman them. I guess like a Pretty Woman,
Yeah,
you come
because
back in
of
like a
the,
Lambo.
because of the like that's the thing though is Austin's kind of weird. Like a lot of the super rich people don't dress that nice.
Mm.
So like honestly, they will look similar to them, but like obviously there's the biggest indicator for me a lot of times is how many teeth do you have.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. Yeah, that's true.
Straight up, like do
you have
it
bumps?
melts off if you're doing shit. Like
Do you have bumps on your arm, and is it not eczema? You know what I mean? Like, do you have scratches? Do you have crazy eyes? I mean, like, dude, but like, what if like Adam Sandler like pulled up? Like, you wouldn't. I mean, unless you knew him, which I don't know how you wouldn't. But like, you know, he dresses like a fucking homeless person. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's,
but that's
the thing,
kind
is,
of
like,
that's
we-
kind of
we work with
vibey. I
people
mean,
like
that's kind
that
of
too,
vibey.
and like a lot of time we still help them, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
trying to sell you
and
shit,
It's
yeah.
hard too because we do sell like used stuff too, so it's like you don't want to like like not help them out
Yeah.
at the same time, but you also can't like it doesn't look good as a business.
If you're
And-
selling or if you're buying stolen bikes, yeah.
And a lot of time, well, I mean, obviously not that. I was just saying, like, even just serving homeless people, you know, for a lot of
Oh.
businesses, that's just like people don't want to be shopping or around that, you know.
Yeah.
And like
It's true.
sometimes, yeah, it sucks because it's like, oh, just shitty situation or mental illness or something like
Yeah, I mean,
that.
you don't have to
Like
like
you feel
judge
like,
them specifically, but for business, yeah, it's like,
but
it's
yeah,
not
at the
personal.
same time, like if you can't have one without another, you can't just
Yeah,
like discriminate like that either. So you
that's
have to
true.
kind of just say, hey, there's like a similar like kind of dress code to being here, like
That's true. Yeah,
people
you can't be dressed
will
like Adam
pull up with
Sandler.
and like you like so many people like pull up like even if they're not trying to sell us anything like that, they'll be like you're definitely on a stolen bike, like there's missing like this a bunch of these parts off of it and stuff like
But dude,
or
at the
like
same
we
time
get or
though,
like they'll bring it up with a lock still on it, like where they can't
yeah,
lock
dude,
it,
they
where
just
like
don't
somebody locked
know.
it up to like a sign where you could have just pulled it off the sign,
Yeah.
like
Well,
they'll
dude,
do that and then it's like there's just a lock there
I
now.
feel like at the same time though, like it's tough to tell. I mean, because you just said like it's dangerous BMXing. Like people could lose their teeth, so you don't know. I guess you never really know. They could just be
That's
really
true.
into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
But
that's true.
that's crazy. I never thought about that. Like people like stealing it and trying to resell it. I guess like you probably see that
Mhm.
pretty often.
Bikes are one of the most fucking stolen things out
Oh
there.
yeah, dude.
Like there's serial numbers for them and stuff, but people never fucking check that. Like
Well, dude, I
it,
mean, like,
you,
I feel like it's so easy. Like, some bike locks, I'm like, dude, I feel like you just, like, I mean, I don't know. Is anyone going to stop you, first of all? But also, like, people park them in, or park, I don't know, is it parking them? Set them? Lock them to something?
um,
People, I mean, they're
yeah,
just, like, out and about. Like, I've seen people do it, like, in the front of their apartment, like, on, like, the gate to their apartment. All right, so we had to cut because both of our cameras turned off. I guess mine died and yours just turned off, but my shit's overheating
mine
like crazy.
overheated. Yeah,
Um,
it's like hot as fuck right now, dude. It's crazy.
Dude, yeah. I mean, in my
Oh,
my apartment gets literally zero airflow. So like like my apartment faces an alley, right? Like kind of.
mhm.
It faces like so like apartments there's like apartments to the left of me and to the right of me and I'm like in the middle. And so I can see people's windows to the left of me and to the right of me and I face another building.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh,
like
like through. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah, so it's kind of annoying. But I get like there's no airflow. It's all blocked by the building around me.
Hmm.
And so it kind of sucks because I literally get zero airflow. So I have to spend more on AC because I'm like I can't really open my windows. It's just like it feels like I'm just like feels like the same,
It's just stagnant air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've been putting a fan in front of the window and opening it up and whatever. But like right now, like I don't have my AC or anything on, so that it doesn't make noise for the podcast. And it's like hot as fuck in here. I'm like
Yeah.
dying.
I have a window AC in my thing because yeah, no, dude, I have like no fucking insulation. Like
Hmm.
you can see, like I accidentally put a hole in my wall.
What?
I was like moving my bed a while ago, and
Do you have
I was
drywall or
like
plaster in your house? Or is it mixed up?
drywall.
Oh, okay. I remember
Uh,
like we were talking about it like in we like redid your studio office a few years
yeah,
ago and then we were talking. I listened to one of the podcasts we were talking about it and you mentioned or we talked about drywall or whatever. And I was like, I feel like that house is old enough that it would have plaster, but I guess maybe it was redone.
maybe yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
Either way.
so yeah, I was just pushing the bed and like used the wall as like leverage on it, and my foot just went through the wall. um,
Damn.
and so I can see through it, and I was like, "There's no insulation there," and I could literally see sunlight kind of coming through the other side. So I was like, "Yeah, there's nothing here."
Damn.
Um, and I remember, and like we had to like, there's like another crazy freeze this last winter,
Yeah.
um, and my power went out, so I didn't have any.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
Eats.
Yeah.
I couldn't plug it in, and I couldn't do anything. And you could like literally within probably the hour that it went out, I could see my breath from inside the house.
Holy shit.
like with all the doors closed and like bundled up, wearing a jacket and everything. And yeah, we just had to get
Damn.
out of there. So it's and the problem is too is we're on stilts, so there's nothing below us either. So
Yeah.
the air just goes underneath and above,
Mhm.
and just it wrecks our
Damn.
plumbing because of the freeze too. So.
Damn, that's
Um,
fucking crazy.
Still trying to figure out if we're gonna if we're gonna renovate, or if we're going to just tear down and start anew.
Yeah.
Starting to try to save up some money to
Well, dude, even like,
do some work
I
on
mean, when we were kids in that area, like, I don't really remember like what the area was like, but even like 2017 when we were at that house, that area was not that nice. Last time I was there, it's like gotten a lot better.
that. Oh, it's crazy, yeah.
So I feel like it's just
It's
the city expanding or something. But like, dude, I mean, like, I was like, oh
Dude,
damn,
the
like,
housing in Austin is so fucking expensive right
yeah.
now.
So
I
I'm
couldn't
like
afford to
that
live
property,
well.
just the land itself is probably worth like over $1 million,
Yeah, it's
or at least around
it's
there. You know
probably
what I mean?
yeah, no, it's definitely up there for sure.
Because the city's just expanding so quickly too. Like but like, dude, like I remember, like, I mean, I would have said, 6 years ago, like, sell that, like, get the money for that property area just because the area wasn't that nice in general. But now I'm like, dude, yeah, just keep, I mean, keep it forever as long as you can, as long as that house can stand up, and then take it down.
And it's a pretty good location, I think. Like, I mean, like, it's not great, like, to get places. Like, there's not much, like, super close to us.
Yeah.
But, like, it's, like, what, like, 10 minutes from downtown? Like,
Yeah, you're like outside of the city enough where there's like, there's not a lot of like people around, especially like, I mean, at least in how I've been there, and I've seen, like, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. I don't know, like, obviously you live there, but like, from an outside perspective, it's not super crazy.
it's not as hood as it was. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's true.
The corner store is still holding strong.
Yeah,
So
I
we
was gonna
still
say,
do
yeah. I was
we
gonna
do.
say.
Okay, so basically, I'll lay out the kind of setup. So my backyard, I have a fucking fantastic backyard.
You have a great backyard.
For Austin, at least, it's not like fucking huge, but for Austin,
Dude,
it's
for a
huge.
city in general, like, it's a nice
Yeah,
backyard.
I have like 3 or 4 trees that are like, I don't know, probably like 3 or 4 stories tall, which are
Yeah, the
dope.
big oak trees, right? Yeah.
But it's like 0.3 acres, if that. So it's really not like a crazy amount of land or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of greenery, and it's really nice.
Yeah, and you got a dog too, so like being able to like let your dog
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
It's
And you got a
yeah,
front,
it's
and you
really
got like a front yard, kind of.
Yeah, and I have a little front yard too. But yeah, the so behind my house, there's another group of houses, and then across the street from that, there's a corner store, which is called the Shack, and it's known for less than good things.
Yeah.
It's a hot spot for drugs and prostitution, stuff like that.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I might have to stop by. Just kidding.
Oh, I go weekly, you know. I mean, like, straight
Dude,
from my
that's where-
backyard, dude. If I ever list the house, I'm putting that as like one of the things.
Dude, that's where those
Prostitution ring
fucking
in the backyard. It's crazy.
that's where the fucking people that sold the bike, that's where they hang out, like, on the
They probably
fucking
just
daily.
came from there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So they
No,
live.
but it's weird. It's because so everything from, I can't remember, was it 35, 183? I don't know. I get my roads all fucked up. Basically, the Austin was very gentrified on one, very white on one side, and
Yeah.
minority on the other. And so we're on that side right now, which is now under the process of gentrification. So there's a lot of houses popping up around that are going. So it's really weird because, like, a house, a $2 million house will be next to a like $56,000 house.
That's crazy.
But now that the value of that $2 million house right next to it raises the value of the other one to like 200K or something crazy, just for the land.
Yeah.
Because it's got like a fucking crack house on it. But
Yeah, dude. That's just crazy. Like there's this like street in Milwaukee that's like pretty bad. Like, it's Locust Street. Like, the farther you go off, like, it's like known in Milwaukee. Like, you go over the river, like River West. It's pretty hood, and they're putting this like brand new, like, super nice. Okay. Let me preface this too. They're tearing down a library in the hood,
Smart.
across from a convenience store, next to a police station. And mind you, this is on Martin Luther King Jr. like drive. Like, this is like, this is as like,
on one of those.
yeah, there's one in every city, and like, whatever. But it's definitely like not in a nice area, and they're making this like huge, like, nice apartment building, and I'm like, first of all, who's gonna want to live here? It's like it's not in a great area. And I only say that because, like, the houses are very
It's just the
old,
start, dude.
very
It's just the
worn
start.
down. Like, there's a Popeyes over there, and I've never been to a Popeyes that's been nice. You know what I mean? Like, every Popeye, there's a Wendy's and like a Burger King, and I'm like, all these places, like, dude, like they're just like run down. Like they get no money from the city. It's not their fault, but I'm just saying like it's very low income housing over there. So it's like weird to me that they tear down a fucking library, you know, that's probably been there for 70 years, and they're gonna make this brand new like apartment building that you know like nobody around there that can afford to live in. So you're pushing these people out and giving them less education. It's just like I don't get like I really don't get like whose idea was this? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what they did over here. They shut down a school over here. And, actually, they're going
That's just crazy.
what's kind of cool though is they're going to convert the school into more affordable housing for
Yeah, see
teachers.
that's cool. Like I like when they do shit like that, but I'm like, I mean, I don't know if this apartment building is gonna be
They've
like
been saying that
super
for, like,
nice, but like
forever.
you know, well, like dude, like any brand new apartment building is gonna be like semi expensive, you know, and you're
Yeah,
close
'cause they
enough
have
that
to
you're to the city,
make
like
them
you're
all,
pretty
yeah.
close to the city. If you take if you take Martin Luther King
Honestly, if
Jr.
I could
Drive, you
buy
go
that
downtown.
school, that would be fucking sick, dude. I'd totally
Yeah.
do that.
That'd be cool.
Like it doesn't have like any like I love the trees that are here and everything, but you know how you could convert how dope living in a school would be?
That'd be cool. Just having like your own gym and like cafeteria. Be kind of freaky.
Yeah,
though,
just
if you
like
live by
convert.
yourself.
It would be a little bit weird for sure, but like renovating everything slowly, you
Yeah,
know,
that'd be
like
cool. Having like a
you
different
could
room
have
for
so
things.
many just different rooms, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know.
But dude, I don't know. It's definitely like I okay. Like I love going to Austin too. Oh, that was one thing I was gonna say. So, I finished my
You gotta
film.
come back.
What?
I said you gotta come back.
Yeah, I gotta come back. Yeah, no, I'm planning on hopefully soon. Well, that's my next point. So, well, I couldn't afford ACL this year. I couldn't afford Lollapalooza
Yeah.
either, which sucks.
Oh damn.
But well, dude, it's like they're like, I mean, Lollapalooza wasn't that expensive, but like honestly, it's fine that I didn't go because they had like it was like pouring rain like every day, and there was like so
damn.
much mud, and everyone like, I mean, it looked fun, but like it looked very like not that like it looked kind of shitty
I'm
at the
hoping
same time.
ACL is good this year, but yeah.
Yeah, but so I finished my short film I've been working on since last September, and I submitted to a few festivals, and I'm going to submit to South by Southwest as soon as I have like enough money to pay rent and then some.
Yeah.
But
That'd be sick.
I've submitted to 4 already, and South by Southwest is my my next one I want to submit to, and that deadline's like, I don't know if there is a deadline necessarily, but it's at least not coming up for a little bit, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think it'd be fun to perform there too. So if I just go there for the film and perform, that'd be sick. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But
That'd be sick.
I definitely I love going to Austin. Like it's one of my favorite places in the U.S. at least. It's just great. Every time I'm there, I have so much fun. But you got to come to Chicago
Yeah.
now that I'm here.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm living by myself now. Amber just moved in like a couple weeks ago. She's literally
sick.
she's probably an 8-minute walk from my place. She's like 3 blocks away
Nice.
in the same neighborhood. Yeah, so it's pretty sick. You still haven't met her. That's crazy.
Nope. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been dating for like a little over a year.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But I mean, yeah, I guess like, yeah, shit. I just feel like this last year just went by so quickly. It's been hard to like figure out like, you know, getting together because we live so far away. It's hard to like, you can't just drive, you know, and we
Yeah.
both work. But I'm hoping like, holidays and stuff we can start seeing each other a little again more because we didn't last year. I don't think.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah, are you going to Florida for
Fuck yeah, I'm going to
New
Florida.
Year's?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to get Amber to come too.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. My parents invited her, along with Sydney's boyfriend Sam, who fucking is awesome, dude. We had so much fun when we were there for Izzy's graduation.
Yeah, no,
He's so fun to talk to.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just in Denver and hanging out with them, and their apartment's like really nice. Like they're above like a brewery and like an ice cream shop, and they're like just outside of Denver, and 2-bedroom apartment. It's like really nice, and I'm like, oh my god, like how much money do you make? I'm struggling over here. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's been interesting living in Chicago so far. I'd say the only thing I don't like is parking and driving, but that's kind of like anywhere, I guess. Big cities like this, it's just hard to find parking, but around here, like
Yeah.
you know, I could park in my apartment, but it's 185 a month, and I just can't do that. You know, that's just way too much for any.
Yeah.
How much? It doesn't matter how much you're making. That's just like way too much for parking a month.
Yeah.
But I've been taking I take the train to House of Blues, which is really cool. The L train.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Papa album on the AirPods. Listening to some Kung Fu Kenny. Kendrick Lamar. I don't know.
I'll be seeing him soon.
Yeah, fucking
Not that
jealous.
soon.
He was at Lollapalooza, but I didn't really hear much about it. I saw somebody at my photography thing wearing a tour shirt from him today.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm sure he's great live. I know he takes it like really seriously, which is sick. But I don't know, dude. There's like, let's see if I have anything else I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like yeah, I've been living on my own, which has been sick. Like I'm enjoying it so far. Like I love my apartment, and it helps that like you know I don't have roommates. That you know I come home and everything's exactly the way I left it, which is so nice. I know you've been living alone for a while, so I know you know how that feels. But I've never lived alone, and I've never.
Yeah, it's definitely a big, especially like I mean, I've been an only child for.
That's true.
Ever,
Yeah,
so.
you've been alone a lot more
Well,
than
like
I have.
I'm just used to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's got to be a pretty big change for you,
Dude,
sure.
it's really fucking sick. I just like being able to like style my apartment the way I want to, and Illinois, weed's legal, so I've just been fucking going crazy. With
Chiefing.
that. Dude, yeah, chiefing nightly. But there's it's like you know like before like in my last house like I was always cognizant of making sure that like I wasn't super annoying with my smoking inside or whatever. And now I just blow it out the window, and I've never gotten a complaint. And it's legal here. I smell it in my lobby all the time, so I know people are ripping fucking vapes and shit here, I'm sure. But it's definitely like it's nice going. I mean, the weed on dude, fucking. We'll have an episode about this hopefully soon. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we could talk briefly just a little bit. We'll have like a little intro video you can watch if you want to see the rest of like what we're doing for the rest of this podcast. But like basically we're going to be talking about like new topics like every week. This is just kind of like a catching up episode and like a intro to like who we are and just talking about random shit. We kind of just like talked about random stuff for like an hour, and that was pretty good.
It's us catching up with each other as much as it is everybody else.
Yeah, dude, for real.
We haven't talked in a while.
Dude, we haven't, yeah. And I wanted to restart the podcast because give us an excuse to like actually chat, you know, a couple times a month.
Yeah, it used to be gaming, but then that fell off. So
yeah, well, it's dude like it sucks because like I'm like when GTA 6 comes out, I'm gonna want to play it, but I need a PS5, and Spider-Man 2 comes out, I want to play it, but I don't have a PS5.
Oh yeah.
But dude, like we gotta play like GeoGuessr or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. That gets repetitive pretty quickly, but it's pretty fun.
I haven't played that since we played it, I think.
Yeah, I haven't played like a lot. I played a little bit of Battlefront, like Star Wars Battlefront when I first moved in back in like June.
And that's the weird thing too is I've switched to PC.
Yeah,
I've been on PC for a long time, so the only thing I play that's on a controller now is like Rocket League.
Yeah.
Everything else is keyboard and mouse, all the shooters and stuff. So it's
I mean, like
sucks playing on.
Yeah, I like playing console. I like having like a controller when I'm playing like games like that. But I definitely do agree. Like when I get like I think one of my next investments is making a like a custom PC so I can just do shit because my laptop's just kind of dying on me right now. It's just kind of slowing down and everything, and I just want to be able to like never have to like buy a new system completely and just be able to upgrade constantly whenever the next thing comes out. If I need to upgrade, I can do it. Because I just feel like I'm always like you get one thing and then 2 years later it's like obsolete. You know what I mean? So like it'd be nice to be able to just kind of get whatever, but
if you had like you need like at least like 2K for something like decent, you'll probably have to upgrade in a little bit. If you have like 3K, that's like ideal, I think.
Yeah, I think like I want to start slow.
Everything you need.
I mean, like, dude, like I'm like do I want to start slow or do I just want to do everything at once?
That's the thing is it's hard because you're eating a big chunk of money up front.
Yeah.
Uh, Buying like a full like pre-built thing that's nice, but um, I don't know. It's hard to say. There's a lot of like troubleshooting. It's a lot more hands-on if you want to like actually build your own.
Yeah.
I've done both, and it's a lot. It can be a lot to build it. Like
Mm-hmm.
the one that I built is like terrible now.
Yeah.
uh, like it's not even that it has like that bad of components or anything like that, but it's just super slow and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't know exactly where I need to upgrade things, you know.
Right.
And everybody has a different opinion on what needs what or whatever.
That's true. Yeah, you kind
Uh,
of just have to know, like, after you get to a certain point. You can't, like, I mean, there's videos, but, like, you
Yeah.
know, you custom build it. It's like, yeah, you're kind of on your own with what you're putting in there.
Yeah, and I've been thinking like not that my current computer is bad at all, but like I've got Lila's been playing on the other one. I feel bad
Yeah.
because it's so bad. Like we've been playing like Minecraft together and stuff,
That's sick.
um,
I've been playing Minecraft
which
a
is
lot.
really fun. But it sucks whenever like her game would crash and stuff, and she'd get like really pissed off at it, like as
Yeah,
anyone
dude.
would. Like hate it whenever your shit crashes.
Dude, yeah.
Um,
Especially Minecraft, where it's like, it seems like it should be a pretty straightforward game to play, but, like, at the same time, like, or, like, in terms of, like, how your computer processes it, but you'd be surprised, like, Minecraft has become a lot more of a heavy CPU intensive game, which kind of sucks, because I
Yeah.
feel like it was always, like, if you can run
the whole
Minecraft,
point
like
was that it was
the border,
blocks, you know.
yeah, like I was able to run Minecraft smoothly on my like old PC that was like, you know, and that was like, you know, when we played like
Yeah.
survival games and stuff, like it was,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the easiest thing to render. Just big,
it's become a
blocky
lot,
chunk.
it's become a lot different since the couple updates have been happening. But
Yeah, they've
it's been
changed
way more
a
fun.
lot. No, it is cool.
Not as cool.
No, it is cool.
Yeah, I like it more than I think like, dude, like the Caves and Cliffs update was so cool, and like,
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
stuff is cool. I think some of the stuff I'm like, I don't. I hate seeing stuff like copper and thinking it's iron and stuff
yeah,
like
dude,
that.
I don't like cop. I mean, like, clearly they have a plan for it. Like Lapis, remember Lapis was just completely useless until now you can use it for enchanting.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I guess like they just don't really have a plan for it right now, or like they've added a few things. Like you can make like the little like brush, and like you can make copper blocks, but like, what the fuck are you gonna use that for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they're gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but I this update was like very much like a mediocre update in terms of like what they've done in the last couple of years. But I mean, it's fine. I think it was still cool.
So we've been doing a lot of stuff with like the what's the blossom tree
The
stuff
cherry
or whatever,
blossom,
the pink
yeah.
one? Yeah, cherry blossom, yeah. And like she made the whole house and everything. She's
Yeah.
because I was at work for a while and she was off because school was out, and she
Oh, yeah.
was going between apartments, so she just lived with me for like 2 weeks or like a week.
Nice.
And so she was just like basically doing that 'cause she was bored all
Yeah,
the time, and so she built like a shit ton of stuff, and it looks really cool with that. Those blocks look sick.
Yeah, dude, I like the cherry trees. That was probably the best part. The sniffer is cool, I guess, but it's just like he just makes two flowers. Like it's not that interesting.
I don't know what is that. I
It's like
still
a
haven't
dinosaur
gotten
thing,
that.
dude. They're like this. Like, it's like a
Oh,
big
weird.
green and red. Like it looks like a big rectangle, and it gets
Huh.
like seeds that you can make these two different flowers. Like it's cool, but like it only makes two flowers, so you're very limited at what you can do with it, and it doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I mean, they have plans for it. I'm not that worried about it. But
Yeah.
either way, all right. Well, we've been recording for an hour and 5 minutes, so I guess it's
Damn.
as good as time as any to say adieu. But yeah, that was the first episode. We'll hopefully have another one out during this month, and it'll be actually a real topic. We'll banter a little bit at the beginning, and then we'll get into the topic and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to start this podcast up again. It's gonna be fun. I've been
that'll
wanting to
be
have a
great.
good podcast
Talk
for a while.
more than every 3 months. Or so.
Yeah, dude, for real. But yeah, all right. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. The old 2016 thing. No, if you guys do enjoy this and you wanna continue to watch the podcast or listen to the podcast,
Dislike the video. Dislike it.
Dislike
right
it.
now.
It helps the algorithm. No, the algorithm doesn't make any sense. But
If you've made it to this point in the video, make sure to unsubscribe and.
if you made it to this point in the video, just comment sniffer in the comments. You know what I mean? Just a little
Just
sniffer.
weird everybody else out, you know?
Yeah. Sniffer
Like, what the hell?
with
Why is
crack
everybody putting
teeth.
stuff-
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
That guy stole my bike. Comment
Yeah,
that guy stole
yeah,
my bike.
comment that guy stole my bike. But yeah, I mean, if you guys do enjoy it, giving a follow or a subscribe or a like definitely helps out. Just to let us know that
Or
you
don't.
enjoyed
I'm
it.
just gonna be the other guy. I'm gonna be the negative guy.
Or just yeah, or
You're gonna
just
be
or
like,
just don't. Yeah, don't
"Just
even worry
fucking
about it.
don't."
Um,
Like you like hype them up, be like, yeah, hell yeah, love it, and I'm gonna be like, fuck you, don't.
yeah, well, then they'll just like everyone will have they'll either hate it or love the podcast. But either way, it's no such thing as bad
Exactly.
publicity.
You have to pick one right now. This is episode 1. Everybody has to pick a lane, and you're always going to either like it or dislike it.
But you
Pick it
always
right
have to listen to every episode, and you have to comment if you
Mhm.
hated it or loved it every time. You can't be like, it was okay. You got to be like, I hate it or I love it. That's just otherwise
now. Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Either way.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Bye.